Welcome to another episode of Show Us Your Tanks. Tanks, Tanks, and nothing else. Yes, it begins with T and ends in S, but here we go. Thank you guys for being here on your Saturday evening or afternoon, or if you're all doing the other side of the world, then good morning. And if you're on the West Coast of the United States, happy evening, early evening to you guys. So I hope all you guys are having a terrific evening. I hope you guys had a great work week and are ready for, let's see, what day is it? Today is the 25th, Saturday, January. And hope you guys have been enjoying your weekend. And you have one more day left. And then it's back to the grind. So the last time I did this, it ended up going over 2 hours, and it was really cool when I did this. So I wanted to make sure that I wanted to get a good crowd tonight, and it seemed like it went really well last time as well. So we had Jose on last time. We had Branton on last time. We had NC. I know that was the name that showed up on the live when I rewatched it earlier, but I wasn't sure of the YouTube channel. And then we had, there was 4 people on here, I thought. Brandon, NC, Jose, and, but yeah, we had a good turnout. It lasted over 2 hours, and I really liked doing it. So I thought I'd do this again, for round 2. So welcome in, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Hello, Craig. Hello, Dave. Uncle Smiley's, thanks for stopping by. Mickey's, thanks for coming in. Aqua, how's it going? Nice to see you. Jody P, thanks for coming in. Hello, Branton. Anyone else I missed so far? I appreciate everyone coming all in and hanging out and spending your evening with us. So I really do. Oh, MNC, thank you for coming in. What's going on, my friend? I really like these pop-up streams because it really gives us all an opportunity to get to know each other more and kind of hang out and see each other and see our different tanks and stuff and what's going on. So let me see if I can get this up here. Let me put the invite link on here. There's a few things I want to talk about too, real quick, and then we'll get started. My last live stream, it was okay, but I realized after I was done, long story short, that there was a lot of other live streams going on, so there wasn't a whole lot on mine. So some of the time I felt like I was talking to myself. But that's okay, though. So if you guys haven't checked it out, there was a whole bunch of updates. Long story short, my Peacock and Hack tank was busy, and it's now back to normal, which is good. So I had to give a few fish away. Because some of them that I tried to make work out that I bought that were new did not work out. So I'm giving them back to the place where I got them from. And then 3 new things from my last live stream I announced. I got stickers from Sticker Mule. I ordered 100 of them, but now that just to test them and see how they worked. And then since they worked, I'm probably going to order more, a bigger size. So that way, whenever I start doing giveaways and stuff, and then I want to start buying like some koozies or some other extra merchandise, so then we learn how to do the wheel, or I guess I should say I should learn how to do the wheel. I can start doing giveaways. And then that'll be a lot of fun. I want to try to get more involved with that. So that'll be fun to give away the stickers and giveaways and some food samples and stuff. So that'll be fun. And secondly, I got something new that I can't wait to get. It hasn't been shipped yet, but it's been being made in the process of. And Jose, if you're in here, you know all about it. And then lastly, I won't reveal that until I actually get it, and then I show you guys on a live stream. And then thirdly, I got a big tank. It's not going to be set up anytime soon. It probably won't be until like springtime. But regardless, this is all kind of like a catch up from last live stream. So, okay, Brandon. Yeah, do your thing. We got all night. Hey, what's up? Good morning. You must be on the other side. What's up, Jesse? Live and present and liked. I appreciate it. Aqua, it is a 220. Originally, I thought the 220 was an 8-foot tank, and I guess it's only a 6-foot tank, but which is fine. But it actually just has more depth than like a 125. So what the gallons that it adds more depth, because I think a 125, I believe, is an 18 inches. I think this one's a full 2 feet, and then this one's also taller. So that's where you get the extra volume in. So, hi, Mom. This is my mom, for anyone else who doesn't know. So say hello. She joins in on my lives, and sometimes my dad does too when he's not busy in Florida. But yeah, this is a new look. This is, Mom, this is what I do. This is my second time doing this. For anyone who came in, show me your tanks. This is where I like to bring people up and have people hang out with us for a little bit and show us what we all got. So, but okay, so Aqua, you're saying that your 240 is an 8-foot, so that must be like the 220 is kind of like where it ends the 6-foot realm, for a loss of better terms. But that's kind of like in a nutshell. That's kind of like my updates I've had. Peacock and Have Tank's doing good. 3 new things that are happening. And then lastly was the tank that I got. Oh, and before I swear I'll get to inviting you guys up here. But if you guys haven't checked out Mexicali's 3 videos, the one was called Ask Yourself Why, which was a very honest review on why, his take on why you should get an aquarium. Second video was the next step. And he kind of relates, a lot of different things. Like he relates like cars to kind of like fish, from your basic fish to your most Cadillac cars / fish and how to take care of them. And then his third video is Don't Believe Everything, which is kind of like a neat thing where he breaks down. It's good to take knowledge, but stick with your basic principles. Those are 3 really good videos that I wanted to piggyback on, but I decided not to, just because I just want to let you guys know. Even if Jorge is in here, I want to really thank him for bringing out those videos, because those videos were really, really good. And I want to, give him a round of applause, because I really like those 2. Those are 3 good videos to watch, and they're not very long either. But yeah, we will, Jody, you have a 230, 6-foot long, 2-foot wide, and 30 inches tall. So yep, that's probably the same size that I got, 220, 230, something like that. So I'm just saying 220 because that's the gentleman that told me that it was a 220, and I did the measurements and it's the same measurement. So maybe it's a 232. But yeah. So anyways, let's get on with this. Show me your tanks, and we'll see who wants to hop on here. I appreciate everyone's attention tonight, and I hope this goes over well, because I always like to meet some new faces and new friends. So feel free to join in. And I will continue with on the link there if you guys want to join in. And then hopefully we'll meet some new faces and see some tanks you've never seen before. And then we'll go from there. In the meantime, what I said on my last live stream is Ashley, my wife, she made a couple new shirts for me. She has a heat press, so she just gets these these prints. Like I come up with some pictures and stuff and take pictures of my fish tanks, and then she just does prints for them. And then she has a heat press, and it worked out really well. So she made like a shirt and a hoodie and stuff. So if this all goes over well, I might do more. So I think that would be really fun to do like a giveaway, because we just ordered like a basic hoodie or so. And we just get them on Amazon, and then we just put the prints on them. So I think that would be really neat as a giveaway option, that if someone's interested in like a t-shirt or a hoodie or something, they could let me know the size, and I would order it, and then we'd print it, and then we'd send it out, as like a giveaway sort of thing. So I got some giveaways that I'm going to be planning to do. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah. Aqua's coming in. So we're going to welcome Aqua in, and we'll see what he's got. How's it going?
Everybody. How's it going?
Oh, I'm fantastic. How about you?
What was your name again?
My name is Joe.
Joe.
I'm also known by nickname from the channel Price Tag. I've had that nickname since high school, so I've carried on.
You said Joe, right?
Yes, Joe.
Joe, I'm George. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So you're talking about your 200 plus tank?
Yes. It's
how wide is it and how tall is it?
The width of it. Jody P and I were talking in the chat about it. because it seems like she has the same size. It is a 2 feet in depth or wide, or however you want to call it,
24.
30 inches tall and 6 feet in length. So
That
I
is
always
that
thought it was a
sounds like
220, but it's probably
that sounds like
220,
it.
230. Yeah.
This one behind me is a 240, and it's 8 foot long, 24 high, 24 width. So
Okay.
that's a 240 right there. So yours is higher, 30 inch, not 24.
Yes.
So that sounds like it's 220 gallon right there.
Yeah.
Is that
Do,
the
do you
biggest
like
tank
that
you have?
longer? Do you like the extra 2 feet as preferred to the being it higher, or is that why you
I
chose
do
that?
enjoy the big tank. Yes, I
Okay.
not to lie. Yes, yes. This tank it looks empty at the moment. It wasn't like this before. It was full of rainbow fish, and there
Uh-huh.
was a pair of angels, geophagas, warus, a lot of different fish. But I changed my mind. I let those fish go, and what I'm gonna be doing in there, that's gonna be a grow out tank. Also, yesterday I picked up not yesterday,
Okay.
in this past 2 days, I picked up 275 gallons empty right now with the filter and the water in them.
Yeah.
Marine lands for grow out.
Okay. And what did
What
you say
what's
that you
the,
wanted to put in this one? I missed that. Sorry.
this one I already have right now? Buffalo head cichlids.
Oh, okay.
So I brought in uh, four of them, and three females, one male. They bred, and they just keep breeding like rabbits. They don't stop breeding.
Same with
And
African cichlids, especially in Bunas. I mean, that was my whole process, so I understand that.
I'm into more Tanganyika fish.
Okay.
I do like the African cichlid, all of the halves and Hapachromis, and both lakes, Tanganyika, also Malawi
Yes.
and Victoria Lake. So, but I do have a taste of every kind of fish. I like too, like the smaller ones.
Hmm.
So,
What I own is I do have a community tank. That's what I actually started my hobby with back in 2020, and I just went from there. And then when I found out that African cichlids, the way that they breed and how they're mouth breeders, it just amazed me. And I went from there, and it's become a whole entire process for me. So it's been a lot of fun.
have you ever, by mistake, end up on my channel? Have you seen the fish room?
I have not, no. So if
I
you
have right
don't
now.
mind, if you want to show us around, that'd be great.
Yes, I have right now here about 44 tanks.
Okay, that's fantastic. And you're
It's
able
a
to
whole
keep up with
garage.
life and your fish life all together.
Oh, I'm
That's
a
always
busy
seems to be like
man.
a balance. You know.
I stay home. I work from the house. I'm a
Okay.
caregiver. I
Oh,
also have ball pythons. That's why my channel name is that way, Aqua.
okay.
And I don't want to say it because you didn't want to.
Yes.
No worries, no
I
worries.
get the whole two words together. So you have the aqua for the marine side, and you got the ball pythons. You just said,
Yes,
or
I do have
yeah.
the ball pythons. I have 30,
There you go.
30, 30 summer ball pythons and rodents in the back of the outside of the garage. So I got the whole thing. I got two dogs, four cats, saltwater marine reef inside 120 gallon,
Okay.
really automated all the way, filtered and all. So I've been
Wonderful.
doing this since 2017, and I
Okay.
quit my last job and stayed home dad. The boys need me here. They are handicapped, both of them. So I take care of them. And so this is what I've done in my room, so I don't go other
Well, good
dumping.
for you. That's really good for you to do that and spend time with taking care of your family and your fish at the same time. So that's really beneficial for you, I'm sure.
Absolutely, it's for my mental health. I always say.
Yes, yes. That's a good thing to do, especially as long as you don't make it stressful for the hobby. The whole thing is to make it relaxing and mental health, like you said. So makes
Absolutely.
sense. Do
So let me
you
show you some tanks I have.
do you mind if I put you on full screen? Is that okay?
Absolutely, no problem.
Alrighty. Let's see if I can figure this out. It's been a while.
Should be easy.
um.
Let's see. This is the one way. I want to check the both cameras.
There we go. Okay, go ahead.
So I'm doing a close up. It's a little mess in here. I'm still cleaning up. So this is my garage outside door. I made this whole wall up because it wasn't like that before. So the
Okay.
garage, the door is out there. You come in, and
Nice.
yeah, I have it closed, and then nice plants everywhere. So I know the names of the plants.
Hmm.
Here you got the 40 gallons, six of them. One, two. They're on top of each other. They're the same height as my chest. They come to like right here, my chest,
Uh-huh.
almost to my neck, but it's a little lower. So I easily can change water without any problem. Before I had them stacked up to the top, and I did not like that. It was very hard. I had to get on ladders. In this tank, I have bushy nose, super white flaccos, the blue eyes, the white ones,
Oh,
two of them.
nice.
I don't think I have males. My male just passed away a couple months ago. And I got Autolomprologus Chitala orange. There's five of them in there. They're hiding. They
Yeah.
don't like to come up. They're in the shells. So in
Uh-huh.
the bottom here, I have this buffalo head. It's called Tiger Pictalis.
Okay.
It's a 40-gallon with three females. Actually,
Is
there's
that a Tanganyikan fish then too?
no. This is the Congo fish. It's not
Okay.
Tanganyika.
Okay.
So I have a mixture of different ones. This one next to it is the buffalo heads. There's a lot of fry in there. Mom and dad always hiding in the rocks. They don't show themselves. They're beautiful fish, guys. They're big fish.
Okay.
I'll show you some of the juveniles that are growing in the back.
They're
They're
like
in
an
there, but
orange color. Is that what I saw through the rocks then?
they're not. The orange is a terracotta. They're not
Okay.
orange. The buffalo heads are like silver, grayish looking with the blue eyes. Now,
Okay.
my tanks are breeding tanks. That's why you see a lot of algae. I leave it alone. Like right
Okay.
here, I have a zebra pleco, the L236. I bred them. I'll show you some fry in there. I like to show this off. They're beautiful fish. Um, there's, usually they're on the wood. Let's see. There's nothing on this one. Oh, they're in
Oh, I
there.
can see a few now. Yep.
You see a few
Oh,
of them.
wow. Those are
So those
beautiful.
are
I
my
love the black and white contrast.
yeah. There's some super ones in there too. Bigger, like super is the whiter, more whiter color.
Yep.
So
Those are
these are
really
the
nice
ones.
too. They go for a pretty high dollar at a local pet store, wouldn't they?
Oh, I paid like 120 each myself.
Okay. That's what I thought, so if you're planning to breed them and grow them out, then you might be able to make at least a little bit of profit to help you out in the hobby, right?
I actually want to sell this and buy the zebra placos, the L04. What I think it's 44s, L44s.
Nice. That'd be cool.
So this tank, I have a pair of. I'm breeding them right now. Beta. They're from. They're not breeding beta. Unimaculata species. They call them
Uh-huh.
beta utentas. They're really beautiful. They're very big, about 3.5, 4 inches long. Let me see if I can get it out. Come on, baby. I'll show you the juveniles. They'll come right outside. But the mom and dad, they don't. I don't bother them. They're in
Oh,
this big, messy green, planted tank RODI. Also here I have the Tanginican,
oh, yep.
some Cypochromys leptosoma utentas. I'm growing up, and gold head. I'm growing up. I bought recently a month ago
Very
or so.
nice.
Here I got 30 tanks this way,
Okay. So those are all
and I
10
don't want to
gallon
go. Yeah,
20s or
no, they're 20 gallons. I don't want to go all of them one by one like we just did. So
yeah.
just do it shorter. Um, got
That's
some
all right.
Tanginican, Julidichromis.
Yep.
There is like a swordtails. These are albino cauliflower swordtails. I got the Bishardized,
Oh, I love
um,
those. I
the
came
gold.
really close to getting for Shardies.
This tank is set new, guys. That's why I got algae going in there, green
Hmm.
algae, slimy. But I got the Athularas gold in there, Tanjanikins,
Uh-huh.
six of
Very
them.
nice.
Here's the killifish tank. There and there's like a little what you call it, lizard tail.
Yeah, those are cool.
Couple of them. I'm trying to breed those too.
How big do those get?
And the killifish is like that. But these guys are that's it. That's how big they get.
Okay.
I got a pair of Julies in there. The lupis. The lupis.
Hmm. I remember seeing those.
Here's the beta I was talking about.
Okay.
the beta utenta. That this is one of the males. You have to put a light on him to see his color.
Yep.
Yeah, flashlight. He's nice and juvenile still, but the dad is really, really dark blue. They look like a snake head. They do have the snake head pattern, but they're
It
not
does.
snake.
That works perfect for your channel then.
Yeah, but they're not snakehead. I don't have anything like that in my no way. This is
But
beta
still,
utenta.
it does remind you kind of like a boa. I mean, if you look at it up just from the head.
These are my babies. Yes, the dad. You should see how nice he is. I should have shown you a picture. I got a Julie de Chromis transcriptus bimbas in here, 5 of them or so.
Hmm.
Fry tank. I hatch CPD fry. This one they just darted. Caropanctaras.
Yeah.
You can see one in the back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, growing up some what is it called?
This are
This
they like
they're
skeleton?
rainbows. They're rainbows. What is it called? Kalitawa rainbows. Here's the mom and
Okay.
dad down here.
Oh yeah, they're pretty.
CP,
The back red fins are neat.
my CPDs are right here. The fry I grow up next door. Also have another beta, the same family Unimaquilaras. They're in the back and the bottom. There are 2 of them, male and female. These are
Uh-huh.
called beta gladiators. Gladiator betas.
Very nice.
Yeah, yeah. This
You have
tank is
very
kind of.
lush plants in your aquariums too. I'm sure that's easy to maintain and take care of.
And so we got some more rainbows here. These are the Getty Lane guys. They're fired up when they grow big. Here I
Yep.
got some killifish. They call them volcanum, Aphyosemium
Okay.
volcanum. I like this
Yep.
style of
Are they in
planted.
the back there?
Yeah, do you see him on the back?
Yeah,
They're
okay, I see now. Yep.
gorgeous fish. Very beautiful
Yeah.
fish. So this tank right here, they're all set up this way. You see, they're like the small side. They're looking at me. They're not the big side, like the wide side. So because
Yeah,
of that, that's why I set up my escape, like levels. I like that. Where
that's
I come
kind of neat.
from, where I was born, Lebanon is a country called, you see, I have an accent, right? So where I was born, it's
Right.
like that. The country is like very ancient and it's built by the river. It's just like that to keep
Okay.
everything on top when it's raining hard. So it doesn't do like slides, like what is it called?
It
Landslide and
doesn't
stuff.
mess everything up, sort of thing. So it kind of comes down naturally instead of
Yeah.
washing everything up. Yep.
So it's called Lebanon now. It was called Phoenicia back in the Bible days. Back in the
Uh-huh.
days, it was called Phoenicia. It's very well known land. It's a small land. So I got some empty tanks here and there. Got some more killifish, and
I
then we
really
got
like
the
that look though. Not to, mess you up in your rhythm here, but like I really like how those tanks, how you like you said are set up, short up front with smaller plants in front and then
yeah,
bigger plants in the back sort of thing. I really like that look.
same here too.
Yeah. It's just like a natural look and it, makes sense to what your explanation is. So I mean that's great
Also,
to
there
see.
too. The same way over here.
What were those
Going.
again?
These are my Celestial Pearl Daniels CPDs.
Okay, they're pretty.
They're my favorite fish. This is the fish would make you a lot of money, guys. This is the fish to breed for profit for definite. But
Really? So like a
yeah,
full grown, like one of those, like can you like what on average price do you think they'd go for?
so what you're doing is you're making a lot of them, right? Bunch, not just a few. The way I breed them, see, they're in a planted tank. I
Mhm.
cannot scoop them all. There's gonna be some missing. They'll go hide. So what
Yeah.
I do is I got the Zist breeding box, the breeder box Zist. I'll show you the box right now, Brand. I got a bunch of them. So I
Okay.
open the side of it. I take the screen off from one side. The top is open already. They
Okay.
can get in from the top too, but I open the screen so they can get in and breathe inside that moss. And then I'll grab the moss every once a week. Make sure there's no snails on there or any shrimp because I have
Yes.
shrimp in there also.
Oh, cool. Yep.
Oh, I have a bunch of shrimps. Yellow shrimps in this tank. This is all yellows in here. Breeding yellows.
I'm really wanting to get some of these shrimp. They're so neat to watch. I don't know
These are
why
the
they're simplistic.
neocaridinias in here.
Yep.
And
That's
then,
really cool though, because you can just grab that out of the box and it's real
and I
easy
put
for
it
you
in
to
here
pull them out.
and you
Yeah.
see, look at the fryerness. There's like a few, every time I get like 10, 15.
Okay. That's pretty good then. That's a good amount.
So let's go this way
Fantastic.
again.
That's a good process too. Instead of trying to go in and grab all the little ones throughout the grass, like I said, when they're all hiding, it's easier to do with the breeding box. So that's cool.
So these are two females in the middle. You see, those are female buffalo head cichlids. And the
Okay.
rest of the babies are all they're fry. They're growing up about a month or so old. These are the females are wild. The fry are F1s or F0, whatever you want to call them.
Okay.
There's a lot of them. Also, I have a three Altolamprologus calvis. There's bunch of three bushy nose, long nose, bunch of regular bushy nose albinos. This tank was so gorgeous about a week ago or so before I put all these guys in there.
Okay. So did
But
the parents of those of the fry, do they like watch over them, kind of like what females do with African cichlids,
they
or like how
do,
does that
they,
work?
believe it or not, half of them I stole like I have over on top. The other half were they were being watched over, and then I brought them in and mixed them together. Nothing happened, no fighting. None of them were
Okay.
butchering each other. So here we got the 120 gallon. Sorry for the glare, guys. And I got some more Tanjanikans here. Feather fins, they call them boops.
Okay.
And
Very
there's a
nice.
shell dwellers. These are called Lamprologus clupteris.
Uh-huh.
And there's a tricolor Sepachromus leptosoma right there. That's a male.
Nice tail on those things too. Very nice reddish orange
Mhm.
color. Really
So
nice.
I have a Parasepachromus leptosoma tank, just a breeding tank, 55 gallon right here. And
Mhm.
there's a lot of fry from them. Also, these are juveniles, all from them.
And they're not
And
like mouth breeders or anything like that. They're
they
just
are,
natural.
they are absolutely.
Oh, are
These
they?
are mouth
Okay.
brooding, very, very peaceful fish, very expensive fish. They're not cheap. I have paid one female $70 big one. Right now, she's second time holding. I'll show you the fry.
Oh,
I'm gonna go on the
okay.
other side. On the bottom, we can't see much, but these are my shellies, Neolamprologus
Yeah.
multifasciatus.
Yep.
And
That
there's a
seems to be getting popular.
I have them for 4 years or so.
Okay.
And then here, these are the new 75 gallons I just set up, one and two.
Mm-hmm.
And the middle tank is the Altolamprologus. These are compressiceps black. They call them kukui.
Oh, I see him now. Yeah, it's in that almost in that cave, I think is where it was. Yeah.
There's one right there.
Yep.
Oh, the best altos are actually the most expensive ones I bought just recently too. They're underneath the big tank. I didn't show you. There's another tank underneath the tank right there.
Oh, nice.
I have
Yeah.
a mess. I'm sorry, guys. I'm cleaning, but I do have it. I'm making a little mess in here.
Welcome to the fish hobby. Always something going on, right?
Well, my friend that hangs out with me every week, his
Oh,
mom was sick this week, and he apologized. He's not gonna come and hang out. So I'm like, you know what? Before he comes in until next week, I'm gonna make a big mess in here and clean up. So
hey,
yeah,
as long as fish are happy and healthy, that's what matters, right?
these are super comps. They call them super compressive. They are very expensive, guys. I bought six of them and hoping to breed them. They're in the
Are
60.
these cichlids in too?
Yes, they're Tanjanican cichlids,
Okay.
compressive.
Okay. I haven't heard of those before.
Yeah, they're the super. They're why they call them super comps because they are Altolamprologus compressor mawali, I think it's called. And what they
Uh-huh.
do is the same species they take and they breed it over and over to get the oranger colors out of them.
Oh wow. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Do you know anything about the golden ratio?
I do not know.
Okay, so I have set up the room the way the fish tank is like this, all the way around. It's like the golden ratio. This is like the circle, like that. It's called golden ratio.
Okay.
When you're doing any kind of art art work or photographing, the
Uh-huh.
golden ratio what we use in there, like to set rocks up, to do aquascaping. Golden ratio is it's used for many things. So you see the fry growing up already. These are about
Oh
two and
yeah.
a half, 3 weeks old.
Oh
They don't
wow. They're fast growers.
juvenile. Yeah, the juveniles over there, they don't mess with them. Only thing you gotta do with this right now, mine is mixed. There's different blood. But I just recently, these babies are brand new, different blood mixed. So,
Oh
but
wow.
one before, I have few I seen they were deformed.
Okay.
and they look like a duck mouth. There's one right
Is
there.
that
Yeah,
common with those type of fish that can happen more than
that
others?
can that can because if they're too close to blooding, blood to blood. Like,
Uh-huh.
look at that one. There's a male right there. I need to move him out,
Okay.
and he's got like a mouth facing downwards. You can see, right? That one. There's only one in there, and that's it. So I move him out, and I keep watch. I won't sell any to the LFS that has any issues. And I did go to the LFS. There's a female coming up right there. I paid $70 for her, and she's got
Holy smoke.
mouthful right now of fry. She spit about, let me see, one,
I was going
two,
to
about
ask, with the
seven,
fish that small, how many fry do you get out of her?
seven each time. That's why they're expensive, guys.
Okay.
Every breeding is about seven, and they're like. So let me tell you about that size right there. You pay
Okay.
about $40 for them. The
Is
small
that probably a
juveniles.
couple inches long, you think? 2, 3 inches maybe? Or
Oh, the big ones they get about, yes, about 2.5, 3 inches max. There's one right there in the middle. You see it?
yep.
That
Yeah, he's
one. That's
pretty.
my main original male. That's my original male. Yes.
Very nice. The dorsal fin is really like flashy, it really stands out with it. I really like
Oh, you don't want to say the real name of this on your channel.
it. Fair enough.
It sounds like a bad word. You just curse the whole world. I
Fair
can just
enough.
say Parasipichromis blue neons. You look at the scientific name, but don't say it, please.
Okay,
It's
fair
really
enough.
sounds so bad, but funny with the
You
fish.
can
Why they
always
name them like
you
that?
can say the name in the chat if need be. If someone's
Yeah,
interested in looking into these
I'll
things.
put it in there. I'll put it in there.
Okay,
All right, guys. So I showed the
that's
whole fish
fantastic.
pretty much.
One thing that I might be like really noticeable, but like, how did you do your airline system? You probably did you buy like a air compressor that you ran all your PVC through then?
So I
Yep.
do
Oh,
have the
Genco.
Jim Cole. Here's the phone number on there. If you want to
Yep.
call, I have a
That's
linear pistol. Very quiet. You cannot hear it. Look, it's you're next to it. Listen.
Yep, I have one just like it, and that's around my fish room. That's why I asked you how you
And
run
then
your
it goes
airline.
down.
That's actually really neat how I have relatively the same pump as you do to run all your airline with.
It goes all the way around the whole fish room, guys, everywhere. Like,
And
and
you're basically mostly sponge filter, right?
it's all sponge filters. Only thing I don't have sponge filters on. Let's say, okay, I do have one in here, and then I have one hang on back. This one,
Yes.
because there's a lot of fish in there, guys. You got to think about that. And I do clean them a lot. And this one I have two because they like the moving water. This placos
Okay.
to breed them. They like the moving water. There's a few of them in there. You see. Sorry, guys. The glass. I ever clean this because they eat it. They eat the stuff off of
Yep.
it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. I breeding room is different than like keeping fish room.
Okay.
So let me show you one more tank. It's not mine, but I'm gonna show it to you. Ta-da!
Hey, very nice. You
So
gotta
my
have some
mama asked
goldfish, it
me.
looks like. Or am I
My mom.
wrong? Are those type of glowfish, or am I wrong?
It
Or
is.
is it just
It's a
because it's small?
glow Daniels. They call them
Okay.
glow Daniels. So my mom's a cosmetologist. She asked me if I can make a small tank for her client's daughter, and I'm
Okay.
like, no problem. You got it. Just ask me. She knows I love the fish. We always me and her talk about fish. I was so excited when you said your mom's at the chat, and like
Oh, yeah.
that's what I'm all about family and having them
Yeah.
all. I talk to fish to my dad and everything. This is the 3 gallon, the glow tank, glow fish tank with a
Very
back
nice.
filter is in there, built-in filter. The lights in there. It has two different colors. This one
All
and
in
the
one
blue.
setup then, huh?
Yes, it was on Amazon for 50 some odd dollar. I think it was $60 if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Still,
So
though, it's very nice. You just had to buy your own decorations inside and rock
I
it
bought
first.
the gravel off Amazon, this decoration from Amazon. Only the fish I didn't buy from Amazon. I got it from
Obviously, yes.
PetSmart. Petco is $10 for this fish. PetSmart had them for $7.99, and they
Okay.
look healthier than the one at Petco.
Very nice.
Yeah,
I'll
guys.
tell you what, my friend, this has been a very nice setup, and I really like your golden ratio setup. I've never heard that phrase before for a fish room, and it makes it even better that you're running a Gemco pump. Um, so I really appreciate you showing us everything that you got because it's we all get to learn something new and see some new fish. And it's great to see someone use the same type of setup as I do, because I'm like, wow, look at that! It's the same pump and the same PVC setup I got.
It wasn't like this before. The room was all the garage beams showing. The roof was open. All winter, I was running down the temperatures
Yeah.
inside my room was at 56, 60 degree. It was too cold. And
Okay.
I couldn't keep any Tanjanikins. I couldn't keep Iskis. I couldn't keep Angels. Now,
Yeah.
last year, beginning of last year, me and my friend, he helped me do the roof and I did all of it. I put a wall like a
Insulated
DIY.
wall, DIY.
It's
So
nothing. Yeah, it's a DIY. I can take it down in one day and
okay.
foam and everything. And
Looks
I did
nice.
what I had to do to keep the
Yeah.
fish room going.
And if you don't mind me asking, where are you from? For as far as temperature wise for questioning, for that.
I live in. I am located in Los Angeles.
Okay. So it gets pretty. Your temperatures kind of fluctuate, or they.
Very fluctuated during
So
the day.
that
Right
makes
now,
sense.
today was 65. Yesterday was 77. The day before was 80. At night, it's going down to 40s, 45s.
Okay. Yeah, we've had here in Ohio, we've had some pretty cold weather. I mean, the snow has stuck around for several weeks now, and last couple winters, long story short, has been really mild. So I think for
What,
a lot of people, this weather's been,
Ohio,
yeah, Northeast Ohio, near Cleveland, Canton,
Cleveland.
by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Isn't Jack and Dan? I think they're from Cleveland too. Do you know Jack and Dan?
What is their YouTube channel name?
Jack and Dan.
Jack and Dan. Okay. I'd have to look into it because I don't know if I know them or not.
Oh,
Maybe you could leave the link on YouTube so that way when I go back on the replay, I can find it and subscribe to them, or anyone else can drop the link in there as well in the chat, and I could check them out.
father and son. They love. They're special fish keepers, guys. They're not like me. They are amazing fish tank. Each one. I bred one time a fish, angel fish. I sent them 25 of them. I do have a pair of those fish, but they're not gonna survive. End up coming to me sick with worms and stuff, and so I try to treat them. They're not getting any better. They're going south.
Okay. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on here.
Thank you.
We're going to bring some other guests on here as well.
Have a
So I
good night.
appreciate you coming around, and hopefully hang around in the chat for a little bit.
Thank you again for having me up here. We'll
You're
definitely
welcome.
do
It's a
this
pleasure.
again one day.
We'll see you
Thank
soon.
you.
All righty. So next in line, we also have Brandon in here, and NC.
Brandon!
NC is a returning from my first Show Us Your Tanks.
Brandon, I haven't spoke to you in person ever.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
I can hear you.
All right, sweet.
Welcome in. I don't know. I told my wife, seeing this is a family channel, of course, I was like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if I just said, hey, show us your tanks? But I always thought that
happened
was
in the
hilarious.
fish room. A lot has happened. You want me to show you?
Well, why don't you give us an update, my friend NC, and then me and Brandon, we will entertain everybody else, right?
Yeah.
All righty.
All right. Well, Brandon actually is in some of my live streams lately, and that's really cool. Thanks so much for the support.
Oh yeah.
So a lot has happened. This tank, same thing. We got the beta in there. I used to have Goodyears in here, but I got rid of those. I only have the beta in here. 20 gallon, one beta with couple.
One second, NC. Joe, do you want to throw them on full screen?
Yes. There we go. Go ahead.
In this one, we got beta with a couple guppy grow outs, but it's mainly this guy. I really believe that beta, if they could have a lot of space.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a 20 gallon all for himself.
So now you were trying to breed the betas at one point, weren't you?
Yeah. And I'll show you my breeding setup, which is a bit smaller. It's like a 1 gallon with 2 betas in it. I'll show you that in a second.
All right.
In here we have some show guppies.
Okay. What strain is that?
It's the Red Delta. The parents of these guys won first place.
Oh wow.
Oh nice.
In the Utah show.
What show was that?
Utah show.
Okay.
But look at how flowy those fins are and stuff.
Yeah, the Delta tails were always one of my favorites as far as
Yeah,
the
they're
guppies
Plecos.
go.
You can see the male with his bristles. He's like right there.
Oh, yeah, I
Okay,
see
there
him.
he is. Yeah.
Yep.
I think
Is
he's
he
got
in there
another
fanning?
batch. Yeah, he's
He's
got
in there
another
fanning
batch.
eggs.
You can
Yeah.
see the babies too.
Yep.
In here we have another strain, albino delta.
Man, those fins are so flowy. They're really pretty.
Yeah, this one was a show guppy. It's the parents actually. Well, this is the kids of the winners. These guys were winners.
Okay.
Okay.
Very nice.
I got these at the auction for like $11 because no one wanted
Nice.
them. No one cared about them, so I just took them.
Yeah, it might not be that people didn't care about them. It's, I don't know, if you've had guppies, they can be a little much at times as far as how many offspring they have.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
trying
that
to.
was kind of my experience too. I mean, guppies can run over your tank really quick. I know from
Yeah.
experience, like quicker than
I'm
African
trying
pickles.
to get this to competitions. I think I'm gonna cross the albino kids from these guys with the kids from these guys and try and make a stronger albino red delta.
Okay.
In here we have a beta and then some Hillstream loaches. I try to leave it alone so that all the mold and detritus can build up, or like biofilm or whatever, so that they can eat on.
Yeah.
You can see the algae on there. I let them, graze on that.
Mm-hmm.
More of a natural look. Man, he's upfront and personal.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
female, ain't it?
She's
Okay.
one of my personal favorites because of how really friendly she is. She just likes to get camera time.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah, for sure.
I rescued her from Petco a while back.
Yep.
It was horrible. Now in here we have a beta breeding, so you can see the glass dividers.
Yes.
We got the male, we got the female.
They're very pretty.
Yeah, they are.
Are you doing these ones for competition too, or these are just ones that you personally like?
No, these ones are breeding. Just breeding.
Okay.
But these guys I want to enter because, come on.
Yeah, can't complain too much, right? I mean, they're doing well so far, so.
Yeah. And these guys look like glass bellies too, but I don't know exactly.
Okay. Now, in your competition, how many people were involved?
I haven't been to one, but the person that sold me them said you should enter, so that's why I got the idea to try it out.
Okay, so that's ahead of time then, that what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then last tank here, I just got the stand, and then we got shrimp, goody-eyed babies, and the plecos.
Very nice.
And I try to keep up with all the maintenance and stuff, but mostly I just let it go sometimes, and then I barely scrape the side glasses. I only scrape the front glasses so that they can have something to grow on.
Yep.
My fish always get fed the micro worms, the pellets, the hatched baby brine shrimp, which is inside the house, and stuff like that. So they're getting fed a good diet, and I also love this stuff. This stuff is awesome.
That's fry food, yeah.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna get another row of tanks. I used to put these tanks down here and this tank on here, but I switched it up because I feel like the ones down here weren't getting enough attention because they're a bit smaller. But if I put a big tank down there, it's less water changes because it's bigger.
Very nice.
And yeah, this is in my garage.
What is your food brand of choice, if you don't mind me asking? Is there someone that you just stuck with you, or you use all different brands?
Hikari, easily.
Okay.
I love the carnivore pellets.
Uh-huh.
So recently, well, not recently. It was like 3 months back. I was on Patty's Aquatics,
Okay.
and then I contacted Greg Sage. You know Greg Sage?
Mhm.
Greg
Yep.
Sage. I did an interview with him on my channel.
Okay.
So you guys should go check that out. But he said for the plecos, you should feed them carnivore pellets too to vary up their diet, and it'll be faster in growth. So that's what I've been doing. I've been feeding the wafers, the carnivore pellets, and the shrimp pellets to my plecos. And of course, rapashi and all that crap.
I was gonna say, do you offer raw veggies or?
Yes, I do. I do a lot of like the zucchini and stuff. I don't do cucumber because it messes up my water.
Yeah, I find they like the zucchini a whole lot better, anyways.
Because the zucchini is a bit more like solid.
Yeah.
And you use that for like your plecos and stuff too, right? Or just about anything really.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything that'll munch on plants. Yeah.
Okay.
My plecos really like it. The Skiffia, if I got that tank of Skiffia, if I throw a cucumber in there, they'll tear at it too.
So
right.
last time I was up, I didn't have this, but this time I just want to tell you guys I have a website now.
Okay. Because you said you last time you were up there, I think you guys said that you shipped fish, didn't you? Or
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
That's what I thought.
Well, I didn't have a website. The way you can order fish is through Discord and like
Yes.
free website plan or whatever.
Okay, so you guys
now-
actually have it up and running now then.
Yeah, I have a website, but how I do my orders is I don't like do the payment stuff. You have to send me an email so that I can get one-on-one with customers, because I find that to be a bit easier in my part, where I can talk to the customers and get what they really want instead of just saying
Gotcha.
order this and then I just throw whatever in the box and then hopefully they're satisfied.
More of like a personal business relationship sort of thing, which is kind of nice. You don't see that too often.
Yeah, so my website, when you click buy now, it takes you to my business email, and you email me inquiring about the product, and then we set up Venmo and blah blah blah.
Okay. If you don't mind, you could send that through the chat if anyone's interested,
Yeah,
along
of
with
course.
your
It's,
channel at the same time for people who are new that don't know your channel. That way we can click on it.
It's ncplecocavers.com.
Okay.
Is that attached to your YouTube page then?
Yes, it is. It is. It's on there, but I'll post the
We
link.
could find it essentially, like if for some reason we want to go back to your channel, we could find it on your links that's on your main page too.
Yes, it's on there, and my Discord channel and stuff like that. All my socials.
Curtis was asking if that was the right one, ncplecocavers.com.
Yes, that's the
Okay,
exact
wonderful.
right one.
Okay, cool. Wonderful. Thank you, Curtis.
Yeah. I'm
You're good.
really.
You're moving in the
I'm
right
not really
direction.
good with live streams. I do apologize. I'm not good at speaking.
Hey, it's all good. We're all here to see your fish and get to know all everyone, a little bit better, and you've done that just fine. So
Yeah. So I just wanna, before I go, I'll just give you the stock updates of what will be featured. So actually, this guy's gonna be for sale.
okay.
Because he actually, this beta got beat up pretty bad. She's healed now. But in the breeding tank, she was at the center, and the guy jumped over and beat her up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, those betas get pretty nasty.
Yeah,
when they
because
wanna
even
breed.
though there's a lid on there,
Oh.
there's like an inch of space.
And it still really got itself to jump over and attack it. Like
Yeah.
for that, holy smoke. That's crazy.
And he's also been a big brat, so I might sell him soon.
So what do you use for healing your fish then? Do you just do like the salt baths, or do you have certain medication you use, for this reason, or?
I usually just leave them alone unless there's an actual infection. And
Okay.
in that case, where did I go? I use methylene blue. It's
Okay.
the best, by far, best overall treatment ever.
Gotcha.
I use methylene blue salt baths, and then in the tank, I treat them with methylene blue. That's the hospital tank. Nothing in there right now. But yeah, I will be selling some of these pairs because I have too many I got from the auction.
Uh-huh.
And the
How many
guy-
tanks do you have set up currently?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.
Okay. And you're going to be expanding then as time goes on?
Yes, I'll be covering this rack, and I'm gonna do one right here.
Okay.
Nice.
And
But
what's your main priority? What's your main goal that you have in store for yourself for 2025?
guppies and plecos,
Okay.
easy.
So what kind of plecos are you going to be getting besides the albino bristlenose?
These are not albino. These are the super reds.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of hard to find bristlenose these days because they sell it real quick because there's a big market for them.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
But I have a breeder in California that like does wholesale with me, so that's
Okay.
where I'm getting all my super reds right now.
What would you be looking for though, as far as another variety?
Cactus pleco. No, not cactus. What is it? Snowball.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Snowball, zebras, green dragons. Those are nice.
You should look into what Aqua was talking about earlier and some of the plecos that he had. I mean, those were.
Yeah.
The-
The hyper ancistrus.
Yep.
Yep. I think I know. It's kind of hard, but I have a local fish store here that like does all like the rare stuff. So.
Okay. Well, that would be a good connection for you to get started off with that then for sure.
Yeah. What I have in stock right now is the Goodeids. These guys are not yet there, but as they come, it's taking another month, and then I'll start shipping these Goodeids out.
What
Okay.
kind of goodies you got?
Red tail. The red tail split fins.
Okay.
And then
What are the red tails?
They're like kind of like it's a more aggressive Goodyead with like a red tail and a blue fin.
Red tail is just a common name. What is
red tail split fin?
Yeah, but they're all split fins. I'm just trying to
San
think
Marcos
of,
Goodyead. San Marcos.
So yeah, Xenotoka Dodgerai.
Yeah, that one. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Now, are those aquarium strain, or do you have an ESU attached to that, or?
It's kind of like just an aquarium strain.
Okay.
But plecos, they're gonna be coming out soon. I do have 2 Hillstream loaches for sale, but everything's all listed on my website. I think I have 1 juvenile pleco left in this tank that I can sell. Okay. But other than that, I think someone brought me out. Someone brought like 20
plecos. Where are you
plecos.
based out of then?
What?
And where are you like from, like when you're shipping these out, as opposed to like people who live in like harsher conditions for like the wintertime per se?
I'm in Cottonwood Heights, Utah.
Okay.
So that's
gotcha.
Or Salt Lake City, basically.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm in Utah. The weather's here is horrible as usual because I hate it, the snow.
Yeah, so you probably have to start using heat packs and stuff like that to ship then, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but the weather's gonna clear up soon, and during the summers I take trips to Thailand to go look at some fish and stuff. Mainly also because of family.
Yeah.
But I do have a lot of connections back in Thailand for the betas, the imports, and stuff like that. But wow. Yeah, thanks so much for bringing me up. I better get out of your hair. Where did Joe go?
I don't know.
Hey-o, I'm back.
There he is.
Sorry, guys. You guys were going solo for a minute there, but thanks for sharing with us. I appreciate it.
Yep. Of course. So you can find me at ncplecocavers.com, website ncplecocavers, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you very much for coming in and stopping by
and
sharing us your updates.
Yep. Thanks so much, Brandon, and everyone else. I don't know. I do live stream, so you guys can catch me there.
Yep. We'll catch you again soon.
Yep. Bye.
Later. Man, so something dropped on my laptop. I went to go wipe it off, and I don't have a mouse. I really should just get a mouse for this stupid thing, but I wiped it off across the touch part of the mouse, and then it hit the back. Like, of course, it hits like the back screen. So I backed out of my whole live stream, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what the heck did I do?"
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a mouse for mine either. It would be nice. And they're so
it's such
cheap.
a
I don't know
stupid thing. I'm like,
I
it's
know.
just laziness. It's just like
Yeah. That's all it is.
that it's even more stupid about this is I have one in my work book bag that's upstairs, and I could just use
Yeah.
it temporarily until I go back to work, but I still don't.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, no, I was looking at them the other day. They're like $10. I don't know why I didn't just buy one.
Yeah, that's just me too. I'm just like, I walk by it and I'm like, maybe next time, maybe next time, maybe next time.
Yeah.
Jorge says he's old. The kid has got so much energy. He wore me out trying to keep up with him. Hey man, this guy's NC is going to be like the father fish. He's going to be like the next father fish. He's going to have so much fish knowledge on him that he's going to be the go-to guy, But it was nice to have them on here. But yeah, so what's going on, Brandon? Been a few.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Just hanging out really. Me and Kyle didn't stream tonight. He's got a family engagement.
Okay.
So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to Southern Wisconsin Fish Swap. So that should be a good time.
Are you bringing anything with you and taking anything home?
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting rid of some Corys and some Mollies that I got.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna be bringing some stuff home. I'm gonna get a group of what are they called? Hillstream loaches.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to get a little breeding group of those guys going. And then
Hillstream loaches. I don't think I've heard that before. Let me Google that.
Reticulated Hillstream loach. They're pretty sweet. They look like little UFOs when they cling to the glass.
I like it. Oh, they're like circular almost if you're looking at them from the top.
Yeah.
Or am I right?
Yeah, they're neat.
Okay. Those are very unique.
They're like a flat body fish. They're kind of cool.
I feel like this is something that Curtis would buy because he's all about having the unique fish and something that someone. Holy cow, I can talk. He always tries to look for that fish that nobody else has, and it's very unique in its own way too. So.
Yeah, but then other than that, I'm picking up a group of plecos. So this is a kind of pleco that I've been wanting for a long time. It's the L236 RB Super Whites. So that's a high pancistrus. I'm going to be getting a group of 5 of them, and hopefully down the road I can get those guys breeding because
cool. Jody says let you know if you need some extras. She's got a ton of fry.
Yeah.
NC says he's got a pair as well. So there you go. Do you have any updates on some of your fish tanks that you wanted to do since we've last been on, or anything that's new that you wanted to share?
Yeah. I mean, I've got I can't remember the last time that we were on, but I've got.
It'd been a while, probably a couple months, maybe, but.
Yeah, so in this room now, I've got 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I've got 15 tanks set up in this room. I can't remember how many it was last time. I've got 7 more to go sitting in the corner over there.
I was going to say, I think it was mostly, you said, 16? I thought it was like around 10 or 12 last time.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to upgrade or expand, I should say.
Yep, so slowly filling them in. The newest one would be the 29 I just set up. I've got some trout gadades in there, some Gararufa. Those guys are really cool, the doctor fish. And then I got some black Schultz eye or the black Venezuelans.
Very nice.
It's a really neat tank.
Jesse. You see what Jesse put, Brandon?
Has Brandon ever accidentally dipped that beard in his tanks? Yeah. I mean, I probably have at some point.
So the fish swap, is this something that you're familiar with? You've done before then?
Yeah. This is this will be the 3rd one. It was brand new last year.
Okay.
So this is that new tank. So I still got some plants and pots and whatnot, but Yeah, the glare's probably pretty bad, but there's the trout. Good day, it's there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It looks neat. You said these are the new ones then?
Yeah. Here, let me see if I can cut down some of this glare. That's a little better.
Yeah.
See, I finally set up this. I got this Oase Biomaster 50. Really sweet hang on back filter.
Interesting.
It's got an integrated, so it's got 2 cords that come out of it, and it's got a heater integrated in it with which I'm not using for the G'dayids, but kind of neat. Should I ever need it?
I don't think I've actually ever seen a hang in the back with a heater installed inside of it.
Yeah, this thing's really cool. Check out the inside of it. So it's got like 3 different compartments, and then I've just got some floss jammed in the back of it.
Okay.
So these are all coarse sponges here.
Oh yeah, okay. And you can just replace those, just by cutting them out and putting new ones in if need be, if you need to replace them.
Yeah.
Okay.
They come with something that I don't use because it's you can actually buy. Let's see here. So these right here would be the cartridges that you can load in there, but they come with the media and like the carbon in there. So kind of like your standard, toss away
cartridge filter.
Cartridges. Yeah, but you can actually buy. They sell this exact same size, but like this lid would open up, and you can load it with whatever you want.
Wow,
so eventually I might get some of those, but really, you don't need this. You can just, like I did, just jam shit in there.
Yep. Pretty much. I like it.
Yeah. But there's some of the black Venezuelans. Those guys are really cool. I figured once this kind of fills in with the plants, this is all newly planted. So nothing's really filled in yet. But there's one of the doctor fish there, the Gara rufas.
The one up front there, or the back one?
Those guys. Yeah, like right there.
Oh yeah. Okay, man, they're active little things.
Yeah, everything in this tank is like super active. So I've really been enjoying watching it. Yeah, it's really neat. So that's my newest tank.
I like it.
And then my other newest tank, I guess, would have been. So the glass is kind of dirty on this one, but these are the black worms.
Wow, there's a lot. Is that? It almost looks like angel hair or something, but those are all worms.
Yeah, those are all black worms.
Holy smoke! So what's the purpose of keeping those then?
Excellent fish food.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you just extract them from the tank and just give them to each individual tank to feed, or is that how that works?
Yeah, you can kind of pull them out of here. So like if don't feed them for a couple of days maybe. And then I'm trying to get the population up to where it like doesn't matter how many I'm pulling out of here. Okay. Not that I'm going to be feeding these guys super heavy, but if I'm trying to breed a certain fish, these guys I'm hoping are going to be my secret weapon.
Nice.
But yeah, I've fed them one time so far. So there's the other half of the tank there. There's all kinds of them throughout that lava rock. You can't really.
And they just overpopulate the tank, and they just breed just with themselves, and they just populate the tank as they go along.
Yeah. They reproduce by segmentation. So they'll
that
break apart. Sense. Yeah, so they'll break apart and they'll grow new worms. So yeah, it's been going good so far. I mean, I've had no issues. I got some guppy grass and some, I forget what that stuff's called.
Just water moss or something?
Yeah, no, it's Rickia, I think is what it is.
Okay.
And then I got a sponge in here, keep it well oxygenated. They can if they're not getting oxygen from the water column, they can actually if the water's shallow enough, they can go up and get atmospheric oxygen.
Interesting.
But, yeah. So these guys are really cool. It's a lot of fun watching these guys actually. When they're not real balled up right now because they're probably not too hungry. I feed them real good. But when I was like first got them and like was feeding them, I wasn't feeding as much just because I wasn't sure, how much they were going to consume and how fast.
Right.
So I've kind of gotten a handle on it now to where, it's pretty well evened out. But at first I would toss like one of those, you can see that algae wafer there.
I
So
was
I
going
would
to ask
toss
what
one.
you fed them.
Yeah, so I would toss one of those in there and they would just all ball up on it like a giant ball.
Go
And
nuts.
it was so cool looking because like you would go and you would like tap on the glass like that, and they would like, see how they move like that.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of
So
like jump up real quick just to be alert.
yeah, so when they were in a big ball like that, they like moved as like one. I don't know. It was really cool. It looked like one, like almost like a sea anemone that would all suck in, and then it would come back out. It was just really neat.
That is cool.
I mean, this
Brian
is
White
in
wants
the
to know what size tank that is.
yeah,
That
this is
calls
just a 10-gallon tank.
Okay.
Yep.
You wouldn't necessarily need to go any bigger than that just because of the size and maybe
Yeah,
just your
I
preference,
mean,
I guess, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely could. Inherently, these guys produce a lot of waste. I mean, there's so many of them that you would. I mean, I haven't had any issues. A lot of people
Good.
were, telling me they were gonna stink. I haven't noticed a stench yet. I'm keeping the water clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have to do like normal water changes like anything else then with these guys, I assume?
I've water changed this tank once since I've gotten it.
Okay. And how long have you had it?
I've had the worms for maybe a month now.
Okay.
So
Yeah, those are neat.
like I said, I mean, I'm not overfeeding, so I'm doing all the right things. So it's not,
I like it. So it's just wafers only for now for that tank, and that's it.
Yeah, wafers. Whatever else. I mean, I've thrown cucumbers in there. They'll eat cucumbers. They'll eat the leaves that are in there. When I first got the tank up and running, I put a bunch of filter gravy in there, like a bunch of squeezings from sponge filters. And I mean, the sand was just plastered with like detritus and stuff. And it was like maybe 3 days after adding the worms, the sand was completely white. So they can, I mean, they'll just literally consume anything that's in the tank breaking down.
Brian White wanted to know the filter and heater in that as well.
The filter is just a double sponge. So just a, cheap, 4 for $11 on Amazon sponge.
Amazon special.
Yep. And no heater.
Okay. You probably have a temperature controlled room or just.
Yeah, the temp is, you can't really see it on camera, but it's probably like 73 in there.
Okay.
But yeah, so the temp in the room right now, we're currently rocking almost 80.
Okay. Wisconsin's cold though. I mean, like you probably have your heat going pretty well right now, don't you?
This is on the second floor, so I keep the door closed and it holds the heat in here pretty well.
That's good.
Yeah.
Fathom was asking, how are you harvesting without pulling up sand?
I just, like I said, I'll drop something in there and I'll let them ball up on it. And then if I put it on the lava rock here, so it's hard to see because of the way this light is, but there's a ton of them in those lava rocks. So if you put something on top of those lava rocks, they kind of ball up around it. You can just suck them right out with a baster.
And they don't like really stick on the rocks or anything like that. Like they're, holding off your dear life or anything. You can get it really easy with a turkey baster, no problem.
Oh yeah, it sucks them right up. I mean, it might rip some of them, but if anything, that's just helping me out.
Yeah, because then they'll just eventually duplicate from that, just like you were saying earlier.
Yep.
Very nice.
And then I mean, all these tanks up here are sand. So if I get sand, it's like not a big deal.
Menard special, right?
It's all the same pool filter sand. So like whatever.
Okay. Yep.
I'm trying to think of what. So I still got like a million plecos. They're actually, so this is where I have my yellow shrimp. They just have a bunch of babies in here. They're kind of hard to see because they're smaller. But yeah, I got a bunch of guppies in here as well. These are These little baby Corys. So these will be going tomorrow. These will be gone.
Yep.
Is the Skiffia. I had these last time, I believe.
Yeah, I remember those. Yep.
Yeah, I've got a lot more babies in here now.
They produce pretty quick too.
Yeah, fairly quick.
Okay, not as quick as guppies, but enough to keep you busy.
Yeah, they don't have mass. They don't have 100 fish spawns.
Yeah,
like guppies.
Mm-hmm.
The least killies, those have been breeding up a storm. I don't even know how many are in here. Honestly, they're so small, and there's I mean,
you could have a ton in there.
Curtis is the one that gave me these, and there's that giant clump of Christmas moss back there. There's probably so many. There's probably so many back there that I just don't even know about.
Curtis is the king of shipping fish and everything else.
Yeah, this tank is just kind of like feral. I change the water and that's about it. It just kind of does what it wants to do.
Okay.
And the fish seem to be really loving it. So
that's good.
I started with, I forget how many Curtis sent me. It was either 8 or 10 or 12 or whatever. And yeah, I've probably got at least 30 in here now.
It's thriving then.
Yeah.
That's good.
The Apista Grammas, these are the Borelli. There's the male right there. I haven't noticed any fry from these guys yet. I've noticed all kinds of breeding behavior. I'm almost certain they've spawned. Maybe they're eating the eggs. Maybe they're not hatching. I don't know.
And are they known to do that then, for them being live breeders or?
Yeah, I mean, kind of all egg spawners like that have the potential to eat their eggs, I guess. Something spooks them or whatever. They're new parents. A lot of different things that can cause that. But I think my main limiting factor is my water. It was a long shot from the start trying to get these guys to breed in my hard water.
Yep, same here.
So yeah, it kind of is what it is right now. I'll hang on to them for a little bit longer, but I mean, if they're not producing, I'll probably swap them out for something else eventually.
Yeah, and that's how my water is too. My hard like Ohio. I don't know, for some reason, even like Jim from Heavy Place Aquatics, he even contested that like around here the water's just super hard. So it's like I don't have to worry about buying a certain sand to buff the pH because it's already hard enough as it is.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Shrimp tank. The green dragons, they finally spawned.
Oh, nice.
So I've got there's a little baby on the glass right there. So I've got
you had those for a little bit, right? On our last time we did this?
Yeah, I've had these guys for over like a year. I don't know why it's not. That baby's too small to zoom in on.
Okay.
But yeah, there's another one right there on the gravel.
Yeah, I see it. You see it moving. Yep.
There's another one back there. So yeah, they're all over. There's one of the parents hiding in that plant. You can't really see it. I think that's the mom. I don't know where the male is. Yeah, there's a bunch of snails.
What kind of snails are those? Are they
ram's horn?
Okay. Yeah. Do they reproduce then? You buy all those, or those reproduce as well?
They reproduce like crazy if you let them. Okay. Especially in a pleco tank where you're throwing in stuff that, sits there for them to rasp on. Yeah, they'll pile on it real quick.
All right.
This is where the 236s are going. So yeah, this will be one of the few tanks that I actually have heated up here. I'm gonna try and keep this one at about 80. Bunch of male guppies in here right now. We got the pandas and the koi guppies. So I finally got these are the guppies that came in once all DOA. The second time, one of the bags was DOA, and then the other bag, all the males had passed. I had 3 females, and then the females, they finally started. They must have gotten plugged before they left, because now I've got.
Did you get it from like a company or a local fish store or a fish swap?
I got them from somebody in the fish fam.
Okay.
It was just unfortunate with the time we were trying to ship. It was cold, and But yeah, so now I got a bunch of fry, and we're in good shape.
Brian says he got a bunch of ram's horn snails too, because like you said, they reproduce.
Oh yeah, they reproduce like crazy.
I really like those
I,
panda quarries in there too. Not to interrupt you or anything, but I wanted to make note of that.
The pandas are cool.
I love them.
Yeah, they're definitely not a shy quarry.
That's good.
Yeah. So in here we got some orange Venezuelans. I actually just got these recently. So they're not, they're still kind of settling in. I'm hoping they're gonna get a lot better than what they are currently.
Do they get more color as they get older, or are they kind of full grown now?
Yeah, I think they're gonna get a lot brighter orange. So they're gonna have that solid center color, and then they're gonna get the orange on the head and the tail.
That'd be neat.
Yep. And I got the rainbow shiners in here. They're kind of starting to show some colors. These guys are probably about a year old.
Okay.
So yeah, I can see a couple of males starting to come out.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, up until about a week ago, they all look the same. So they're finally getting to the age where I can start telling the different sexes.
Yep. Well, that'd be nice to look forward to.
Yeah. In here, you're not gonna see them. Yep, gone.
All the way in the back there.
Yeah, this is the orange laser tank. If they even sense that you're in the room, they are gone. So, yeah, not a great quarry to watch. really pretty to look at. When there's food in here, they're a little bit less skittish, but
yes,
you can kind of see one under the leaf there.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
it's all good though.
Got some Adolfos in this one. These guys are fairly new to me as well. So these are another quarry. They kind of got that. So right behind that black belt on their head, and then they got that black belt that runs down the lateral line there. They'll get like an orange in between there. You can kind of see it starting to come in.
Yeah, very faint, but I do see a little bit of it behind like the vertical bar.
Mm-hmm. So those guys would be really cool. These are the what are they? Luminatus, the thread fin.
Okay.
Not thread fin. Red neon rainbows. So Pseudo McGill.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, those guys are really
cool. They're really neat. They're very vibrant too.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure the camera doesn't do justice. So I mean.
No, not really. We got the stir-bys, classic stir-bys.
Mm-hmm. What is that? What's the plants that are in these two tanks here? Then the real stringy ones.
That's guppy grass.
Okay.
Yeah, guppy grass. You got some hornwort. I got a big lily back there.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah. Let's see here. I guess one of the other newer. So this is the ocean blue tank, but it's got Pseudo McGill signifer.
Mm-hmm.
So this is another Pseudo McGill species.
Is that the ones with the yellow fins on the back then? The ones that are kind of up front, or are you talking about the?
Yeah, the ones swimming around. Yep.
Okay.
This is the signifer, and then I got one Gertrude, but this is another Pseudo McGill.
Okay.
I had a trio of these, but I lost the two females. So yeah.
Looks good, Brandon.
Yeah. So
nice update.
It's been fun. Like I said, I got quite a few more tanks to go. I actually just got a stand-in today that I'm going to be putting together. I kind of started on it earlier, but it's going to house a couple more tanks for me.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, my tank that you helped me out with, my little mini tank that I got, it's been doing great. I haven't had a fish death yet, and
that's good.
I've had a shrimp die, but that was my fault. When I first got a few shrimp, the intake tube was, a little bit too big and they all got sucked into the filter.
Yeah.
And they didn't make it.
was gonna say
So-
sometimes that's not always a death sentence. I've had them. There's been times I've gone to clean a filter and there's been a bunch of them in there.
And they still thrive in there sometimes just because they're small. And okay, and this one isn't the case, being like a small tank, and the filter's kind of like built into the lid, you know, because
Yeah.
it's like an all-in-one thing. So once it got sucked in, it was kind of like that was it.
Yeah.
So I put a pre-sponge filter on there, a little small pre-sponge filter, so
There
that
you
don't happen again. But since then, I've been okay. So I'm gonna probably buy a few more shrimp. But other than that, I mean, it's really exciting because you can actually tell like the plants are actually growing. So you can tell that a couple of the Anubias, the dwarf Nubius leaves, they kind of died off, but you know most of them are still on there, so that's good. And I can tell that they're getting longer. And some of the other plants are getting some length to them as well too. So it's doing well.
Nice. Are you fertilizing then, or you just?
No,
No.
You think I still should?
Oh, I don't know. I was just curious.
Yeah, I haven't yet. I Now that you mentioned, I did forget about doing that, like you had suggested, I think when we were talking. So I haven't yet, and I actually forgot. So
yeah, I mean, if they're doing okay, I mean, I wouldn't stress it. But
okay.
yeah, I was just curious, just out of
Do
curiosity.
you do it maybe just once a week? You know, every so once in a while, just out of habit for yourself? Then.
On my little tanks, the only time I fertilize is right after I water change.
Okay.
Yep. So that's maybe once a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jody,
it's not.
Go ahead.
And it's not. So I use Easy Green from Co-op. So what the one pump is supposed to be for 10 gallons. So like in my 2.5s, when I do, I'll do a 50% water change, and I'll just do one full squirt of that in there. So it's more than, I guess, the correct dosing, but maybe that kind of makes up for the amount of time in between.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I seem to have pretty good luck with that. So
Jody says that she's got a female Gertruda that she could send to you.
Yeah.
So
I wish it was warmer. There's a lot of things I could have sent to me. Granted, it wasn't too bad today. I went to go. I was gonna get the car wash, but man, I pulled into Woodman's. I like their car wash. Man, that line was wrapped around the building. I was like, there ain't no way. I'm waiting. It's like 10 minutes for every car to get washed.
It's ridiculous. Way. That's kind of how it is here. There's a car washer out down the road from my house, and I swear every time that the snow and ice finally breaks free, it's like there's no way I'm going to spend an hour just waiting in line to get a car wash. I'm not wasting my time.
No.
But anyways, 3G.
What's up, Greg?
Hey, what's happening?
Nothing much.
Do we have an echo?
No,
I think you're good.
Okay. When I was backstage waiting, I had an echo going.
Okay, yeah, you're fine now. I mean, you're still good to go. So come hang out with us for a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
So what do you got for us?
Oh, it's a 75-gallon discus Congos.
What's the is there something tall that's in the middle there?
What's that?
That?
The wood?
Oh, okay. I couldn't
Piece
tell
of
what
wood with a million Malaysian trumpet snails on
it. Yeah, I have a bunch of those in one of my tanks too. Sometimes they're hard to get rid of.
This tank's like a father fish style.
Okay.
I like it.
It's been set up for, I don't know, about 6 years.
Oh, wow.
It's on cruise control. I really do nothing to it. It's sealed very well. I do top offs on it mainly.
Okay. Are you planning to put like a couple more discus in there? Or are you just kind of letting these do that?
Actually, I'm kind of burnt out on discus right now.
Okay.
And you might not be familiar. I'm raising a lot of angelfish.
Okay.
And so these may be leaving before long.
All right. So what's the why the burnout, if you don't mind me asking? Is it just because there's a lot of stuff you got to do, like temperature and maintenance wise, keeping water clean, that sort of thing?
Okay, no, I mean, these discus have been in here for a while. They're good size. I have been trying to get them to pair up, and nothing but just a bunch of bullying going on.
Yikes. So I'm
And
assuming because of the burnout, you've tried every tactic that's been suggested and what you've done, and it hasn't worked.
not really. I mean, I'm kind of a. I raise a lot of fish and I sell them to my local fish shop.
Yep,
And these guys are taking up space that I could use.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get that.
That's
You know,
about where
if
I'm
they
at
were
with the
producing,
Piscos.
or if
Yeah.
I could just get a pair, I would move them to another tank and go about that way with it. But I can't.
Uh-huh.
They're not even looking like they want to pair up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know how to
And
sex
so
discus.
and so I can show you over here. I got some. I've got some black angels, koi angels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like the black
Very pretty.
angels.
This
I'm a
is
sucker for
75
black
gallon.
fish.
Yeah.
It's kind of got a little algae bloom going in it. I'm gonna put some plecos in here and get that algae knocked out. Next
Very
door
nice.
to it, I got some more angels. Here's some glow angels, very controversial.
Jose from Joy Fish Keeping, he has some glow angels too, and I actually think they're pretty stunning, in my
I
opinion.
love them. If I could get the one in the back, I have a koi.
Very nice.
He's not coming up, but I have a koi in the back. It's a glow koi.
Okay. So this is this is a 75 gallon.
This is a 40 breeder.
Oh, okay. And those
The
the angel
one-
fish, are they full
The
grown
one
in there
next
too?
to it, this was a 75 gallon.
Okay. I was just curious because I know that angel fish, they usually like to have like the more like tall and like slimmer tanks. So you seem to have no problem with yours.
Right. These are
That's good.
most of the ones in here, except for the two glow that are in there are some of my babies.
Cool.
There's the koi female glow.
Yeah, I like them. I like I said
love
when Jose showed me his, and now seeing yours, like I really like the look of them personally.
This one here it's a glow and it has pearl scaling.
That's cool.
Nice.
Beautiful.
And these
fish.
guys
I
are
love
full
them.
grown, or these still
No,
got
no.
some.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, these are probably about 6 months old. These are some of my offspring from my breeders. And then I
Alrighty.
lost these about 3 months ago.
Okay, I didn't know if that was me or
What we got?
you froze there for a second.
I did.
Yeah,
I can still see you. I think we're still good, right?
yeah, we're good. It froze for a second. I couldn't tell if it was me or what it
Oh.
was.
Okay.
All right. So continue on.
Okay, we'll go back to the fish room. And we'll see what we got going on back here. Kind of give you an overview of it. It's small, but I like it.
More angel fish, very pretty.
This is a 55 gallon.
Okay.
Okay.
These are some of my grow out. They were born June 2nd.
Okay. I know that the silver and black contrasts are really pretty.
Pearl scale, blue.
Yeah. Really neat.
All of them are pearl scale.
Nice.
This tank is about a 5-year-old deep substrate, and it was a beautiful tank. But these little fish right here are plant eaters.
Okay.
They
the
nibble
angels?
on a lot of plants, and with so many of them in here, they've kind of eaten my plants back. These were big Apontagetans, and they're kind of chewed up.
I wouldn't think they would be. That's kind of interesting.
Some of that's kind of chewed up. But so yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot of good comments from the chat here that they really like your angel fish. They're really pretty.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes.
I thought we needed to add some angel fish to the broadcast.
Very nice. My mom said they seem very social.
Oh yeah, they're good guys. I love them. That's my thing now. I got
Very
some.
nice.
I got some Altums.
Okay.
Active
yeah.
too.
The Altums is it's hard to see. They're so skinny.
Yeah.
hmm
They're just
And
a
those things have got really long fins to them as opposed to the other ones. I mean, is it just their type of breed or?
This is the true
Yeah,
Altum Angel, and they do
That's
get
the
much
Altum, yeah.
bigger
Okay, so that's why.
overall.
Interesting. I didn't know that. So glad I
Yeah,
asked.
I got these from Kenny at Daniken's buddy. He's got a buddy that raises these.
Okay.
Okay.
And, this is a 55-gallon deep substrate. Been set up about 5 years.
Very
I have
nice.
some Schubel green guppies in here.
Yeah.
They produce live food for the Altums.
Nice.
That's
I
good.
had some green Schubels for a while. They're
Very
really pretty
prolific
fish.
I
Yeah.
got those from Kenny also.
Okay.
We got them on an auction. Well, I'm getting a lot of glare on this tank.
Yeah, that's all right. It is what it is with fish tanks. You're going to have that. Side note, that's why I haven't done a whole lot of live streams with my Frontosa tank upstairs, is because it's next to a big giant window. So I get all sorts of glare on that. And I usually can't do a live stream unless I do it at nighttime. And by then it's dark and I don't have very good lighting up there either. So I get it.
Well, this here is a 29-gallon container tank. All the plants are in some type of container or pot.
Yeah.
And this is the father of all those previous blue ones you've seen.
Okay.
His mate passed away this week. They're about 6 years old.
Oh wow.
And she passed away this week. So hopefully before long, some of those ones I just showed you, I'll be getting a good pair out of.
Yeah, for sure. Gotta bounce back a little.
Have you noticed him being sad at all or anything like that?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He's lonely.
Definitely. He's kind of
He's kind of a lost soul now, huh?
He is. They were siblings, I guess, and they've been together all their life, and yeah. Probably won't be long. I'll have him another female out of this group to go with him.
Okay. And all your tanks, they all have live plants in them too?
Yeah, well, most of them.
Okay.
Some of my tanks are just like this guy here. This is just a grow out tank at the bare bottom.
Yep.
And it's growing out some albino bristlenose and then a bunch of paradise fish.
Okay.
I do have some live plants floating,
Yeah.
but no substrate at all. And then above it, this is a grow out tank, and you see it does have substrate and pearlweed.
That pearlweed's looking nice.
I pulled a lot of pearlweed
That's
out of
really
this tank.
nice.
It went all the way across, and I pulled this patch out and this patch out and sold it to the local fish shop.
I was going to ask those pearl leaves. They grow pretty quick, and you can just snip them and put them somewhere else.
Oh yeah, they snip their cells. You see that pile at the top? They just
I was gonna say they kind of just grow
you take
apart.
that pile and plant it.
Okay, so you can let them float, and they'll just keep growing like that too.
Oh yeah, it'll grow just as good floating as it will. In fact, if you look, you can see underneath.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying now.
It was attached all the way down, but the plecos, this was a super red pleco grow out, and they have slowly
uprooted
or tunneled under it, and it's about to float off.
Very nice.
And
these guppies are probably they breeding and inside this tank too, and getting more and more.
No, actually, they're breeding in another tank. These are the males.
Okay.
These are all males, and they're actually culls. The others, these are the ones that I don't want with my females.
Okay.
Gorgeous fish. They just have a little bit too much orange to them. They're supposed to be more yellow.
Huh. Still got a nice fan to them. I really like that.
Yeah, these are King Kongs. They're big.
Those were actually my first fish when I started the hobby back up with community fish was guppies, and then I realized how fast they reproduce.
Yeah, and this is a snow globe because of the super red pleco. They just keep everything stirred up in here.
Okay.
Mhm.
To deal with that. Here's another just to grow out. Lots of paradise fish and super red plecos in it also.
Hmm. Now, are super red plecos, are they like more rare to find like at your local fish store? Or are they pretty common in your
At
area?
mine,
Or
yeah, I'm the only one in my area that has it.
okay.
Everybody has the regular albino and the brown and some of the long fins, but I'm the only one who has super reds. So here's a little fry grow out tank. That's a kind of a mess. That's a 5 gallon, couple of 2.5 gallons, couple of more 2.5 gallons. Some of them have some tiger lemia.
Very nice.
Here's another 55 gallon deep substrate Bulgarian seal points.
Hmm.
Nice. Those are
Nice
cool.
pearl white too. Then almost got like a blue silver shine to it on their fin, on their
It's
dorsal fin.
coming off as blue, but it's green.
Okay.
It's very green with smoky fins.
Nice.
Would someone,
They
if
have,
anyone has Greg's channel, could they put it in the chat for me, please? Because I actually don't have it or can't.
There's nothing on it, just a couple of shorts and stuff. It's don't waste
Okay.
your time.
Okay, fair enough.
I put a couple of shorts up back years ago, and I just hadn't really been interested in it. But these Bulgarian seal points, they're beautiful fish. I love them. They have like a pink nose, red eyes, green body,
Yeah.
smoky fin. I also have some chewable green guppies in here to provide live food for the angels.
Uh
As soon as they spit the babies out, these guys knock them out.
huh. That quick.
Knock them out.
Mm-hmm.
55 gallon. This is another one's been set up about 5 or 6 years, and
Okay.
the plants look kind of bad in there because I'm always pulling them out and taking them to the local fish shop, or the
Yep.
water sprite or water wisteria. All these little plants, I let them grow about that high, and then I pull them up out of there, take
Okay.
them to the local fish shop. Below
You
here, I
have
got a
one-
few goodies.
Okay. You have your local fish stores, one you go to on a regular basis, then that you have a good relationship with.
I've been dealing with my local fish shop since the 80s.
Well, that's amazing then.
I have a wonderful relationship with my fish shop. They treat
And
me
that's
very
always
well.
very nice.
They treat me very well. Here's a Hoplo cat breeding setup.
Uh-huh. And what are these called again?
Hoplo cat.
Okay.
This is a 20 long. It's actually a stack of 3 20 long. Hoplo cat. Looks
That's
like
funny.
a
Your
Oreo
stand.
steroid.
Your stand is what I first started with when I started stacking fish tanks up. I have like literally the exact same stand with 20
Yeah.
longs.
Yeah, that works great.
Uh-huh.
Works great. Yeah,
Now,
the
these guys are by themselves. Is there any particular reason, or can they be housed with other fish? Or
this is the breeding tank. They stay like normally. One's in my discus tank and one's in another one in my angelfish tank, and then I put them together. They breed on styrofoam
Huh,
on
really?
the surface.
Wow,
They'll come up
that's nuts.
You put styrofoam on the surface. It gives them. They're like cave breeders apparently,
Okay.
but I guess it blocks out the light, gives them a feeling they're in the cave or whatever, and they lay the eggs. on the
Plecos
bottom.
are that way too, right?
Who?
Plecos, they're cave breeders too.
Oh yes, definitely. But
Yeah, they're cave spawners.
they don't like They
Okay.
trap the female. These catfish don't really trap them. They just prefer
Okay.
to have
Mhm.
lay on the surface above their head, over their head.
Yeah. Okay.
Instead of stay on the bottom or on the side.
Interesting.
I guess it's due to sediment. They don't want sediment on them. And anyhow, here's some albino cories. This is my albino cory breeder tank. It's a 20 long, and no substrate really. It's got about a half inch of gravel and then another half-inch of Malaysian trumpet snails.
Of course.
Of course.
never.
I really overfeed these cories, so the Malaysian trumpet snails, they kind of pretty prolific in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Down here, I have some long fin rosy barbs. I don't know if we'll be able to get any pictures of those. This is long fin rosy barb breeding tank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They got really flowy fins, almost like a fancy goldfish sort of thing.
They're very long fins. This is not doing them justice. This tank is very poorly lit. The males are real rosy.
Okay.
Sweet.
Very
rosy.
I've
had the short fin variety before. I really liked them.
Yeah. I have a pleco that breeds in here. Most of my tanks, I have plecos breeding in some way or another.
Yeah.
This is normally a grow out tank. I took all the fish to the LFS the other day, so it's empty right now.
Okay.
It's a 20 long. I shouldn't say it's empty. Back there hiding in the very back is the puffer. I can't get it. Anyhow, so avocado puffer.
Okay.
This is a stir-by cory breeding tank.
Okay.
You see the stir-bys?
Oh, I see him now. Okay. Yep.
These tanks aren't lit very well. They have very poor lighting, and they're mainly for grow out and breeding, not for show.
Yep. Normally grow out tanks and stuff like that are really not worried about lighting or anything like that, which makes sense. Not for show or nothing, but appreciate it.
And they haven't been cleaned in a while, so they're rough. Got green cories in here.
Yep.
I don't see them right now, but they're in there. Just another, 3/4 inch of gravel.
And that's natural wood that's in there too with that tank. Those
No, actually, these are some plastic wood that had at Walmart one time. They were just
okay.
It was just by the door when you walk in. It's for some kind of decoration. It caught my eye. They were $1 a piece, and I bought every one they had.
And you thought, well, you know what? I could probably make it look good in a fish tank. And why not?
Yep. I have a bunch of them. I had some that had blackbeard algae on them, and I threw them in the scud tank to clean them out. And they, any plastic plants or anything you have like that hardscape, you got a scud bucket, you put it in there, they'll clean it up like new.
Very nice.
Well, I guess I'm back on out. I got some more I could show, but I need to get out of here. My battery's getting down.
Well, my friend, I really appreciate you showing us around your fish room. It's been a pleasure having you on here.
Yeah, thanks for showing us around.
Yeah, it's always nice to meet new friends and new fish and all that sort of thing. So I appreciate it. A lot of people loved your angelfish, like I mentioned earlier. So I really appreciate you showing these off and the rest of your fish room, of course.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen with the discus. They're going to get moved out of there, and then another type of angelfish brought in their place.
Okay. Sounds like a plan, my friend.
All right. Thanks for having me up.
You're welcome. Thank you. Take care.
Good seeing you, brother.
Yeah, you too, man.
All righty. We're doing good tonight.
Yeah, if you're wondering where I'm at, I'm just, before I forget, I got to feed all these fish. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's very interesting to see everyone bring their fish tanks up to show everybody. And it's like, I feel like the reason why I like doing these type of streams is because you get to see something you've never seen before. And just like with everything, especially when it comes to this hobby, like every fish tank is different. Every fish is different. Everything is uniquely set up in its own way. And that's kind of what I really like about doing this sort of thing. Is I was going to do like a sort of like a piggyback, for loss of better terms, on what Jorge Mexicali Fish Keeping was doing on his few videos he had. But then I kind of, that's why I was kind of touching base with it a little bit, that I really like how he explains that like everything is basically done, be honest with yourself to start up a tank on why you want to do it, what the next step is after that. And then of course, staying with your basic principles, and then realizing that you can take a lot of information in, even like tonight. Like, for example, as a way of an example of here's everyone's setup, here's how they do their setup, here's this fish and what they do and what they feed them, and get some information from everybody to share from the fish fam, that sort of thing. And that's the whole reason why we do this YouTube thing, is to, relate back and forth with each other and help each other out. So that way we can keep going with it and learn from each other. And we have to realize that, some things have to be taken with a grain of salt, unfortunately, but then there's certain things, as long as you keep your basic principles, it's all up to you. It really all comes down to whatever you want to do to suit your lifestyle and your needs and your fish and your circumstance. And as long as your fish are happy and healthy, then who cares what that person does it? It might be totally different than what I might be doing, or what might Brandon be doing, or 3G, or anybody here, NC. Who else do we have on here? Just anybody, sorry.
Who was on here? Aqua Balls. What was his name?
Yeah, there we go. Aqua, same with him. Like, that's why this hobby is so unique, like in its own way, that like there's never like a set stone way of how to do things. I really like how Mexicali Fish Keeping touched base on that within his videos. So, and this kind of stuff, I kind of proves it in a way, in a small sense. So I really like his videos. For anyone who hasn't seen them, I would definitely check them out. Jim, thanks for coming in. Your internet's acting goofy. Well, we're still here, so if you want to come join in. I was actually in North Royalton briefly today. I think that's by you, I believe so, if I'm not mistaken. Regardless, I was up north a little bit. I picked up an FX6 for $200. So that was why I was up there.
That's not a bad price.
No, the guy said he had it for a month, and he was using it for a discus tank, and now he's getting rid of his discus, probably for the same reason that 3G. What is his name? Greg, right?
Yes, I believe so. Anyways, yeah.
So that's probably similar reasons why, because when I was talking to this guy I got the FX6 from, he said that it was a lot of work for him and trying to get him to breed. And his tank was beautiful. I think it was like an 8-foot tank, similar to what we were discussing with Aqua earlier. It was a beautiful tank, but he said it was just too much work, and he started to, tear things apart. I mean, the tank was still running, but he had a lot of extra stuff, and this FX6 was one of them. And he said he only ran it for a month, and all the original media is in it and everything. So can't complain too much.
No, that's not bad at all.
Because I was looking into, because the 220 that I'm going to be setting up in the future, I already had one FX6 already from like a Black Friday deal sort of thing. So it's just been sitting in my basement for a couple months, because I knew this was going to be a future plan of mine anyway. So I thought, well, I might as well just get it while I can.
Yep.
And then in the meantime, I'll just wait for one, and I got one. So, yep.
Nice.
Because normally those things, like, on sale, they're like $367 around that range if you get them on sale. But if you don't get them on sale, they're like over $400.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're expensive. Yeah, I've got a couple of Eheim canisters that were around like $250. They're not as big as the FX6s, but
yeah, they're still nice.
Yeah, they are nice.
All right, Jim, are you with us? Jim's got that, that stuff that you put on it so nobody can see you. Like, hey, there he is.
Invisibility cloak.
Invisibility.
So I got surgery coming up Tuesday, and this fish room has got to be in tip-top shape. So
I was going to ask you, but I didn't want to interrupt anything if you had already had it, or if it was in the meantime, because I didn't want to, intervene with anything that might have been personal. So
no, Tuesday we're going to chop off my leg, and here we go.
You all prepared and ready to go? Anything you had to do in preparation for it, or are you pretty much just hop in and do their thing and then recuperate?
I'll go in, get the hip replaced, and then I'll be probably sent home the same day.
Okay. I remember you saying that it was going to be pretty quick.
Man, the last time I was there at 6 a.m, and surgery was at 7. I walked out at 11:30.
Oh, wow.
I went home. So.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that stuff's come a long way. I mean,
Very
the things they can do now is crazy.
Yes.
They can do amazing things now that they couldn't do 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
So
I'm down here cleaning tanks. I've done clean with the help of my wife. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, about 20.
So the strategy is to get so far ahead that by the time you're able to get back to it, hopefully they'll be all right.
With the amount of tanks that I have and the way that I do my maintenance, my wife is going to have to do it in a week.
Yeah.
So I do this half of the fish room 1 week, the other half the next week, and the other upstairs stuff that you guys don't see upstairs, they get in between. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's good to alternate. I try to do the alternate thing too as well because it's just too much in one day.
This is the only tank that doesn't get cleaned every week or every other week. I mean, as many canister filters as is on it, and the water volume, I don't have to.
Yeah.
There's an FX6. There's a Marineland 360. There's 2 Aquatop XZ9s on it. There's 2 wave makers in it. I mean,
It's in pristine condition almost
it
all
stays,
the time.
It stays that way.
Yeah.
And then, you got that big asshole in there. Excuse my French.
How's he doing?
He's doing good.
Good.
I got a batch from the Venustas.
Nice.
Oh, did you? And it worked?
Yeah.
Well, this is gonna sound crazy, but I might, if you start growing some out, because I lost mine, we might have to do another fish swap because I want another Venusis and I can't find them anywhere around here.
I'm not 100%. They're going to be 100% Venustas, though.
You don't think?
No, I think my my hybrid got a hold of her.
So it might be. You know what I saw today though is I didn't even know these existed, but they're like a calico Venusis. So it's different than your normal giraffe sort of look to it. So it was more of like an OB Venusis per se, which I never knew existed. So that was kind of interesting, I thought.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
I've got some Star Sapphire something else hybrids, and that's the only tank that I have that I can put halves in. I'm gonna be honest with you. The rest of them, they won't survive. I promise you.
Yeah.
So I put them in there, and I've seen the big male of the hybrid and the Venusis in the back, and they were together. I'm like, yeah. And then a week later, here we are. I seen it all went down. I'm like, oh, it's on.
So
And
you separate the female then and put her in her own tank?
Nope, I let her swim around for a week or so, and then she gets robbed.
Okay.
Put her in a holding tank, get a hold of her. Most of the time, you could scare them and they'll spit them out.
Yep.
I hate to say it that way, but you can't. But the majority of the time, I will get the fish and do it the old-fashioned way, manually hold her mouth open, run water through her gills, she'll spit them out.
Yep, that's what I did. I've done just about a little bit of everything between tumblers, hold their mouth open, and put them in their own tank. It's interesting. I've actually witnessed spitting them out and then putting them back in their mouth, and it's an amazing thing.
And then I got my first batch of natural blue Acara babies today as well.
Nice.
I stole those. I've got probably 120 of those.
Well, you did promise me some babies, so
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And I also had an explosion of plecos. I probably have 75 albino versatile plecos.
Mine's doing well still. I transferred it to my community tank upstairs because my auto sinkless died. So I was like, well, I'm just going to move him up there then.
All baby sorghums.
Holy smoke. Those things just keep making babies too.
Yes, they do. Baby sorghums in here. That tank looks like crap.
Yeah, it's a fish room. I think everyone that's been on the live stream tonight, they're always like, oh, don't worry about the tank. I'm just like, I'm not worried about the tank. I'm worried about the fish.
Yeah.
There's an Oscar hiding in the tube. Another Oscar down there.
Mm-hmm.
I can move my camera around. My 125 South American and a Dyson vacuum cleaner. And then right through that tank, you can see the Midas hiding.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. How's he doing?
Terrible.
Really?
Terrorizes everything in the tank, including himself.
Oh my goodness. Are you going to keep him around, or just
Oh,
because of that reason?
Yeah, that fish will never leave the fish room. That's it. It's his permanent home. You know what? I tell everybody that when I get a fish, I don't get rid of them. I keep them.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I am going to have to rehome a couple of fish though, and it's just for the fact that I'm not going to be able to sustain them for the entirety of their life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a jaguar cichlid. It's going to outgrow everything that I have, and I'm not putting it in here. It's not happening.
Yeah.
And then I have a red tiger moto that I've got to find a home for.
Yeah, I had to get rid of a sulfur peacock today because I actually got it from Aquatics a month or two ago. I can't remember exactly. Man, it was trying to pick a fight with every fish in the tank, and I did every tactic available. And it looked like it was tame at Jim, or not Jim, but George's. So I was like, you know what? I don't have a sulfur, like a full blown yellow sulfur peacock in here, so that's why I got it. Holy smoke! Like I've tried every tactic, and every time you put it back in the tank, even with a group of others, it was just lip locking with everybody. I was like, all right, this guy's got to go. For some reason, it just didn't like any of the fish in my tank.
So this is an interesting thing that happened to me. I got the females from you, the OBs, the peacocks, and they went in my Mbona tank. No issues.
Huh.
Actually, there's a couple of them holding.
Oh, nice.
But I got, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 Mbona from George. He said, hey, I don't want these. Come pick them up. I said, all right, I'll be there in a couple minutes. I put them through quarantine, and I put them in my tank, and my fish killed every one of them.
Oh, my goodness.
They said no. I'm like, well, cool. So here we go.
Yep. That's crazy how every fish is, sometimes their personalities can just spike out of nowhere.
The females from you are fine. And one of the most timid bonus is a yellow lab.
Yep.
They destroyed one of those too. And I got yellow labs in there.
Huh. And usually more I think yellow labs are normally pretty tame for the most part. Tame. I haven't had too much bad luck with them at all. Maybe one bad egg here and there, but
I've had none that were like this. I've got a bunch of convicts too. I had to find somebody to take those. I've got probably 300 of them.
Oh, convicts?
Yeah.
Jeez. What are you gonna do with all those? Give them to George?
I haven't figured that out yet. I got them from George.
Okay.
I got a buddy that wants them, and I told him, I said, "Man, you come get them. You can have them."
You and George you need to be like his supplier because you have just like an astronomical amount of fish at the moment.
I think we're north of 1,000.
Yeah, I believe that.
That's a fish I've never kept with convicts, just because you hear everybody saying how they breed like crazy.
They are beautiful fish when they're grown, but my God, until they get there, they breed like rabbits.
Yeah.
I started out with 7, and now I have 300.
Yeah.
However, I have a tank of them that I am keeping for myself. They're on a 55 on the bottom. They're growing out. They're only about that big. They are Red Durin Hound Point, or Red Durin Red Point, and convict mix.
Okay.
They look cool. I mean, like super cool.
It's really neat to see that like strain of like the mixture between the two fish come out, because I'm starting to see that in some of the stuff that I've been breeding too. And it's neat that you can see both the OB, but then like the red shoulder at the same time, come out. And it's really neat to be able to see that happen.
It's like the hybrids I have. Nobody wants them because they don't know what they are. I'm like, I don't care. They're beautiful fish. I mean, they are bright blue. They have flame orange like stripes down their fins.
My wife commented on some of the like hybrids I have too, and she's like, "Man, some of these are really pretty." I'm just like, "Yeah."
I'm actually gonna do a water change on that.
So, are you going to be okay then after surgery? Then, because like I said, I'm always here to help. Depending on, of course, my work schedule. But if you do need anything, I'm only an hour away from you.
I mean, if worst comes to worst, I've got George. He said he's closer. He said he would come give me a hand. You would be my second call.
Okay.
But my wife actually, she was doing this with me from the beginning, so she knows what to do.
And I think that's what I remember too. But if ever comes to be a worst case scenario, we're like, oh crap, I need like an extra pair of hands because something happened. Knock on wood.
God, I hope not. I only need 6 weeks before I come down these stairs.
Yep, you'll be fine.
Actually, I'll do it in 4 if I'm lucky. I did it the last time in 4. I was pushing it. You know what I mean?
You're determined.
I am determined. I don't have to have another one replaced. I don't have another leg. Already had one done, so.
Well, I'm glad to hear that my females are doing okay, except for the unfortunate dragon blood.
We knew she wasn't gonna make it though.
I was really hoping because for several weeks I was like, man, I was really going for her, but
she made it. It's been like almost a month.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she did good in that tank for a couple of days, and she just stopped eating. I
think if I remember telling you, I'm almost positive I did, but she did breed a lot. I mean, it's this is all from her, and there's another one over there.
I might have to get a couple of those off you.
They're starting to color out, and well, I mean, the males and females almost look the same color, but except for like you get a little flashiness in their dorsal fins, but for the most part, they're pretty much the same. I have 2 minutes. It's kind of like you and your convicts. Like these things breed like crazy, at least for me, and they eat like crazy.
I have. What are these things? I've probably got 40 or 50 Kenya cichlids.
Okay.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean they're pure Kenya. I've got males and females. I got to get rid of those. And like I said, man, once the surgery's over, I'm gonna start selling these things. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Now the Kenyas, if I'm not mistaken, those are the ones with the gold males and the blue females, or vice versa.
Or you might be thinking about the golden Doradus or golden Mbunas, the one that are black and yellow and white.
No, I thought the Kenyi were.
They're a close variant of another fish, but the Kenyis are like a blue and black. Because I have some now. They're blue with like black bars, vertical bars.
Blue and black, and then orange, or like a yellowish orange and darker orange stripes on them.
Yeah, the more dominant males will turn to that yellowish color.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The males turn that yellow, and then
Yep.
Jose, if I need a male nurse, sir, I'll give you a call.
All joking aside.
All joking aside. If I need advice from a male nurse, I'll give you a call. I'm actually going to here in a little bit, when I'm done doing the rest of the tanks in this room, I'm going to do my first dirty sand cap tank.
Nice. That'd be good.
Yeah, I'm going to start it now. Put my plants in it and see what happens.
What size?
What are you going to put in there? 20
long. I've got a bunch of mud plants. I ain't even going to lie to you. There's a bunch of stuff that Alicia from Ag Aquatics gave me. She gave me an entire tank of plants.
No, I mean, as far as fish, what?
Nothing for now.
Yeah, okay.
I want to let the plants do their thing, and then I'm probably going to put I'm waiting on them. I've got killifish coming.
Nice.
I got let me rephrase that. I got killifish eggs coming that I have to hatch.
Okay.
And I'm going to get into the wonderful world of killies.
Yeah.
I'm getting them from Mark Pyle. If anybody knows who Mark Pyle is.
Yep.
I don't actually.
Mark Pyle is the killifish guy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He's also a snake guy. I'm gonna have a bunch of eggs coming from him.
Yeah.
I might actually pick them up while I'm at Aquacella this year. You going to Dallas?
I don't think so. There's been a turn of events, so I've got to change my whole way of fish room and money wise. So I don't think it's going to happen for me this year.
Fair enough.
So
it's going to be my first and probably my last. I'm going to do that.
I would love to go, but it's just not in the cards for me. I don't think it's going to be. If I can make it work it out, great. But if not, I'm not going to be too hurt about it.
I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do the Keystone Clash.
Okay.
And that's gonna be
Yeah.
my end of my fish, shows this year.
Keystone
Unless I get a
would
wild
be
hair
the
in
one
my
to hit.
ass.
What's that?
Said unless I get a wild hair in my ass and go do the Canadian Pet Expo again.
Okay. Where's the Keystone Clash at? Where's it located?
Pennsylvania,
Okay.
Morgantown.
Morgantown,
And they do that every once a year too, right?
October, I think.
Okay.
It's usually last year was in October, but usually it's on the tail end of September. So this year I think it's the 26th through the 29th.
Okay.
Hey, maybe
I
we can
believe.
make that, man.
That
Hey,
would
let's
be
go.
probably more my range of, to be able to make it.
I could drive down through there. I could scoop you up. We could roll over here and come back.
Sounds like a game plan to me. Do they have like the same like hotel vibe sort of thing that sort of goes on where you stay
I've
there
never
and hang
been.
out? Okay. Have you been there,
Yeah,
Brandon?
I've not been there, but yeah, most people stay at the hotel that the convention's held at,
Okay.
and yeah, it's kind of just a big hangout for the fish fam, really.
I like that sort of thing too. I mean, one of these days I'll get myself to Aqua Shell at some point, but I feel like a lot of these other ones, they're more down to earth. This is the vibe I got.
Yeah. If I'm gonna go to one, it's gonna be Keystone for sure.
Okay. Yeah, because that was my first time going to the OCA this year, like at the big event, and I loved it. So
yeah, the
was a
OCA
short
would be
drive.
another one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one would be fun.
I liked it, and it was. I guess the first day I went there was a little weird because I'm not used to like going in people's hotel rooms, and seeing, it was just kind of like sort of a weird vibe. But then the more I did it, the more I'm just like, oh, I'm just here for fish. I'm not, it wasn't. It actually wasn't that awkward at all. It was actually pretty pleasant, experience. So
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, I always found that fascinating how always how that plays out, where you basically set up shop in your hotel room, and I always thought, that's so neat how that's
it was
done.
bizarre to me too, because even like even the second day in, you had people like coming in, like I guess it wasn't as busy the first day as it was the second day, and you could tell because people are still rolling in with fish tanks and they're going in and out of the hotel rooms and they're bringing stuff in and going, like it was just activity was just consistent,
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, very interesting. And it was funny because like we were talking earlier before Jim got on here, everything is different. Every situation is unique in its own way. And even like in the hotel rooms, you have people that are like have bare bottom tanks and all they have in there is fish and a sponge filter. Then you might have other guys that might go all out and put some plants in there at their fish tanks and stuff. Or it's just their whole way of doing things. Like one guy just bought clear tubs from Walmart and put their fish in there to sell. And he sold all of them. Whereas people brought their fish tanks in. It was like there's no wrong way to do anything. If it works for you and you're having fun doing it, then that's all that matters.
All right, buddy. I'm going to jump down and get back to cleaning this so I can get it done.
All right. Thanks, Jim. Nice to see you again.
Absolutely. You guys have a great night. Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Later.
You're welcome.
All right, boss.
Well, we got a really good night, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty it seemed like this worked out really well last time, and I feel like Saturday around this time worked really well. I know Vibes is kind of getting on here, I believe, on his live stream.
Yeah, I think
he usually does Saturday night too, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he's 10:30. What time is it? 9:09. Yeah, maybe he's 9:30. I don't remember what time.
Oh, yep. Him and Curtis are on right now.
Are they?
Yeah, I have a notification set for his channel on my phone, and they're currently live.
Oh yeah, maybe they start at 9 then.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think it was a pretty good night.
Yeah.
I'm happy with how things turned out. I want to thank Brandon obviously I'm thanking you for being on here. Thank you to Jim. I want to thank NC. Let's see, it's 3 for being on here. We had his channel on here and we put it in the chat, and it was nice to get the update for him. And then we had Aqua on here. That was nice. And then we had Greg on here. So we've had a lot of new friends, new folks that we haven't seen before. So that was nice. That was my whole initial goal too. So I think that worked out really well.
Okay.
And we got to see you on here for a good portion of the live stream. So it worked out well. Is there anything else that you want to discuss while we're on here before we go? Anything that comes to mind or anything? Or
I don't think so. No, just looking forward to the swap tomorrow. That's what's on my mind.
Yeah, you'll have to. I might
always a
text
good
you
time.
tomorrow at some point and see how things are going. Because I'm kind of curious how that all is going to play out for you.
Yep. Yeah, this will be the third show that they're doing. So it's in Cottage Grove, Wisconsin. I'm gonna go there early. I'm gonna get there at like 9. It's an hour away from me, so I'll leave here probably around 8. Get there at 9. I'm gonna help set up. Doors open at noon. There's a drawing at 1:30 for a full 29-gallon setup, and then there's 2 $50 vouchers for any vendor at the swap.
Okay.
Then I think it goes. I forget how late it goes. Maybe 3. 3 or 4.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember.
Okay.
So. But yeah, I've been to both of them last year. The first 2 they had, it was a good time. I enjoyed it.
That's good. So you kind of know the general routine then, which is always good.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Like I said, it's been a good night. I've really appreciated everyone's input and everyone showing their tanks, and I appreciate you, Brandon, for giving me an update on all your stuff too, because I always like getting my updates from the people that I keep in contact with, and hopefully we can keep this growing out.
Thanks for reaching out and having me on. It worked out pretty good.
It did.
Going, so
I know that you and I have discussed, and long story short, to try to do something on a semi-regular basis. So I still would like to do that. And we'll just have to keep in contact with each other and go from there.
Okay.
So maybe like on a once a month thing, like we had discussed, maybe, every so often, and maybe we should do something like what we did before, where we did questions
definitely.
and that. I thought that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like that. Having a topic and kind of spinning on that. I really enjoyed that kind of layout.
Me too.
That was
Good night, Mom. Thanks for stopping in and watching us for the last 2 hours. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for Mom for hanging out, and everybody else. Is there anyone that I missed? I want to make sure I thank the people that came on my live stream, and I think I covered everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. And it's been a pleasure. I'm going to do this again because I feel like this works out really well. I'll probably hop on Vibes here for a few minutes before I go to bed and stuff. So, my mom says nice co-host.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. But I'll go ahead and jump off. We don't have to do the backstage thing. We can just kind of go our separate ways, and I might see you on Vibes channel if you want. And then I'll hop on there for a minute. I'm gonna go get set up on the couch and kind of relax, and Okay. Oh. Sounds savvy. Thanks everyone. It's been a good night. And thanks everyone for joining in and hanging around, and we'll see you again next time. So take care, everyone. See you, Brandon.
Yep. Later, guys.
See ya.